December, it's official, it's the holiday month. I love the energy of this month. I love going out and seeing the lights and the decorations and the cheer on so many people. I love that it's a time of giving where we're dropping things in the red kettles outside the buildings, or maybe you're picking an angel off a tree to adopt a family that is in need. It really brings out the best of many of us, and I love that part of the season. And I love decorating my house as well. But when I go out, it makes me really want to have an extra glow, particularly making sure I have some rosy color on my cheeks, whether it's cold. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but I'm going to keep going. So today I'm really going to talk about blush colors. And this is my palette from my kit. If you can see it, it's like I'm going to try and go and close. This color right here is number 1. It is the color that I have on, a little bit of a mauve undertone. Number 2, it's very high pigmented red. I wear this, but it's also particularly gorgeous on darker skin tones. Number 3 up here is a pink, as well as number 4, which has a shimmer to it. If you can see that. Number 5 is a very soft pink color. Turn that a little bit sideways, maybe go like this even, keep turning around. And number 6 has much more of a peach color. So those are the colors, and you can see that I've had these over 2 years and they look as dense as when I first put them out there. So how do I apply my blush? Well, I'm going to take a brush, I'm going to tap it in there, and then I'm actually going to knock it off so that I can get off the excess. We have incredibly high pigments, so I want to be sure I don't apply too much. And I think about it as like when someone gives me a compliment, I often blush. And I'm very appreciative, but I think about where I turn red and my cheeks, and just kind of goes back to my hairline. So that is what I'm going to do. I had my blush on when I started, so I'm not actually going to put any more on, but I just kind of do a little bit of a motion going back on there and then blending that in from the front, kind of like the apple part of my cheek, as some refer it to, back up into my hairline. Okay, so that's how I actually start. Then my favorite well is I have a 3 well where I have the powder, I have our bronzer, and I have number 6 glowing. And when you buy these in a 3 well, you know you can save a little bit of money, so I always like to tell people about that too. So next I would take, I love this pointed blender brush, if you can see it. I tap that in there. Again, I'm going to tap it off, but this time I'm going to start back at my hairline, bringing it forward, blending it in from the blush color to my bronzer color. Now, why do I put this bronzer on? I put the bronzer on because I want to add a little bit of depth to my face. It makes my face look a little bit thinner, and heaven knows I want to look thinner. So that's why I put the bronzer. You can also do the softer, soften out your jawbone. But that's the bronzer that I do next. Then I go with the highlighter. I like this angled brush, if you can see it there. Maybe if I put it on my shoulder. Again, tap it in, tap a little bit on. And this one is going to be right where if the sun would be hitting my face first, right on that jaw, on that top of that cheekbone. And so I'm going to go back, and if you see, it just gives me a little bit more of a glow there. So that is how I apply my blush colors. What color you use depends on you. If you don't want too much shimmer, be sure you're picking one without too much shimmer, because you are going to have a little bit of that in that glowing glowing blush color. Boy, am I tongue-tied today, right? Okay, so before I head off, I'm just going to talk about my lip colors today, because you know I like to do a lot of mix and matching. So this is our girls' night pout. Oop, there goes that lid. I was thinking of my mom this morning, and this bright pink would have been her color. She was waiting for these lipsticks. But when I put it on, as you can see, very pink, I thought, oh, that's just maybe a little pinker than I really want based on what I was wearing. So of course, I'm going to add something to it. And today I added wedding cake, which I love. So you can see it has a little bit of shimmer. It brought that bright pink down just a little bit. And I love mixing and matching on our combinations. So those are all my tips for me today. If you go out, you have a wonderful weekend. And remember, if life gives you limes, be the light. See y'all soon.